In the Predator universe, death is part of the job description. The Yautja, or Predators, are bred for the hunt, thriving in brutal combat against everything from elite soldiers to acid-blooded xenomorphs. Most don't live long, but a few survive, and those that do, they don't just get old, they become legends. Today we're diving deep into the shadows of time to meet the 15 oldest Predators across the franchise. Warriors who've outlived entire civilizations, weathered countless hunts, and in some cases, lived for centuries, even millennia. Let's start from the bottom and work our way up. Kicking off our list is Spartan, leader of the legendary Darkblade clan. While his exact age is a mystery, Spartan commands a level of respect usually reserved for the ancient elite. He's the strategist behind some of the clan's most tactical hunts and serves as the mentor to younger Yautja. Though not officially classified as an ancient, his wisdom and power suggest he's been around for a very long time. Long enough to lead with fear and loyalty in equal measure. At 14 is Ahab, who isn't just old, he's obsessed. When he caught wind of the engineers, yes, those cryptic titans from Prometheus, he didn't let it go. Most Predators would have shrugged it off as myth. Ahab? He spent the next 112 years tracking them across the stars. That's right, a century-long hunt, and he didn't just find one, he killed one. The fact that he was already a scarred veteran back in 2107 means that by the time he accomplished his mission in 2219, he was easily pushing 200 years old and still a deadly force on the battlefield. Long before infrared vision and plasma casters, there was the Shaman Predator, R13. He walked Earth in the 1800s, cloaked not by tech, but by shadow. Armed with primitive handmade weapons, this Yautja hunted the warriors of indigenous tribes in North America. He was raw, ritualistic, and deeply spiritual, a living legend mistaken by locals for the Wug, a man-eating demon. If he was already fully grown by the 1800s and still hunting, he's easily over 200 years old. Assuming he survived his Earth campaign, he didn't need gadgets, he was the monster whispered about by the fire. Some Predators die gloriously in combat, others rot in stasis. Our 12th comes from Aliens vs. Predator 2 Primal Hunt. A Yautja known only as the Ancient was trapped inside a stasis field, completely frozen in time for 500 years. When he finally woke up, the galaxy had changed. The problem? So had the local wildlife. Almost immediately upon release, the Ancient was face-hugged by a lurking xenomorph, sealing his fate as the unwilling host of a Predalien hybrid. His story is a tragic irony. The same tech that preserved his life for centuries also doomed him within minutes. But for half a millennium, he stood untouched by time, living proof that Predators can beat the clock until nature calls checkmate. In the Alien vs. Predator comic runs, we meet an unnamed elder, our 11th who commands with an aura of deep experience. While no dates are pinned to him, he's depicted overseeing multiple generations of Yautja hunts, most spanning across centuries. The younger hunters bowed to him not just out of tradition, but reverence. His armor is ancient, his mask deeply ornate, and his presence unmistakably primal. Though the canon is vague, many believe this elder is well over 500 years old, serving as a living relic of the clan's earliest wars with the xenomorphs. In top 10 comes from the fringes of the Yautja mythos emerges the Cybernetic Elder, a predator who defied biology with machines. Details are sparse, but art and lore in fan compendiums suggest he replaced lost limbs, reinforced his organs, and extended his life using alien tech. His dreadlocks appear fused with wiring, and his movements are mechanical, not sluggish, but powerful. While his age is unknown, he represents an evolving predator ideal: survive at all costs, even if it means sacrificing flesh for circuits. He's the stuff of whispered stories among clans, the one who may have cheated death itself. Say what you want about the Predator 2018, but it introduced a chilling idea: genetic hybridization. The so-called upgrade Predator wasn't just massive, he was modified, and he's in our number 9. By splicing DNA from other powerful species, including xenomorphs and even humans, this beast became faster, smarter, and potentially longer-lived. He towered over regular Yautja, healed at unnatural speeds, and had abilities far beyond tradition. While we don't know his age, the fact that he planned to evolve beyond his species' limits suggests he was ancient enough to be fed up with morality. This wasn't about dominance, it was about survival by evolution. 8th comes Predator Concrete Jungle. The Darkblade clan is one of the most elite and brutal predator sects. At the helm, a war-hardened elder whose name is lost to time, but whose legacy spans centuries. He commands honor, fear, and unyielding loyalty. This elder trained young warriors, led interstellar hunts, and was feared even by rival clans. His armor is layered in trophies, not just bones, but weapons of fallen enemies. It's strongly implied he's over 500 years old, having seen battles that predate Earth's industrial age. To him, hunting isn't a rite of passage, it's a language of survival, spoken in blood and ritual. Not many predators live to be 1,000, even fewer survive long enough to become legendary without lifting a weapon, unless they absolutely have to. In the 1999 comic Predator Homeworld, our 7th, we meet one such ancient, a lone figure who's lived in solitude on Yautja Prime for centuries. He's outlived his clan, abandoned the hunt, and embraced something more introspective, wisdom, not warfare. But when a group of reckless young predators go rogue on Earth, this ancient leaves his peaceful exile. One by one, he hunts the hunters, reminding the galaxy that time doesn't make a predator soft, it makes them deadly. He's not just an elder, he's a force of nature, quiet, methodical, and terrifying in his resolve. If time is a forge, he's the blade sharpened by 1,000 years of experience. Within Yautja society, our rank 6, ancients are rare. Not quite leaders, not quite priests, they're the living soul of every clan. Easily nearing 1,000 years old, ancients are identified by their silver-white dreadlocks, intricate gear, and heavy ceremonial armor. They rarely participate in hunts anymore. Instead, they serve as spiritual advisors and pass down traditions that predate even written human history. Young Yautjas seek them out for guidance, but the ancients don't just offer words. If needed, they will still fight, and when they do, their age is an advantage, not a weakness. Most clans have only one ancient, and when they sense the end is near, they choose a successor, passing on not just gear, but generations of knowledge, etched in scars, not scrolls. Top 5 is Greyback, predator who's outlived eras. He first appeared in Predator 2, 1997, stepping out of the shadows to honor the fallen city hunter. But that wasn't his first visit to Earth. In the Predator 1718 comic, we learn that he'd been here for nearly 300 years earlier, battling alongside pirate captain Raphael Adolini. After the captain's death, Greyback took his flintlock pistol, a token he would later give to Detective Harrigan in 1997. If he was already a veteran in the 1700s, then by Predator 2's events, he was pushing 400 plus years old. Greyback is more than a callback, he's a symbol of continuity, a creature who's fought through centuries, respected both human and Yautja alike, and aged like a war-torn monument to the hunt itself. Galacta is where myth meets monster. Known as the Predator King, our 4th, he is whispered about even among Yautja as a being who's thousands of years old. His origins predate recorded history, predating humans, xenomorphs, even the formation of major predator clans. He speaks of wars against the Drukathi, an ancient species lost to time whose power supposedly eclipsed even the Yautja. Galacta isn't just old. His dreadlocks are metallic, his body enhanced beyond biology. Some say he's no longer entirely organic, more god than predator. Whether he's real or myth, his legend persists because every culture needs a king, and for the Yautja, that king is eternal, undefeated, and the unmatched in age and power. At number 3, there's old, and then there's preserved in stasis for 5 centuries kind of old. In Alien vs. Predator 2 Primal Hunt, one predator known only as the Ancient is trapped in a temporal stasis field for 500 years, essentially frozen in time. He doesn't age, decay, or even dream. He simply waits. When he's finally released, it's not a hero's welcome. Instead, within minutes, a facehugger latches onto him, and he's killed in the most ironic twist imaginable, giving birth to a Predalien hybrid. He might have lived longer than almost anyone, but his return was brief, violent, and tragic. Still, his age, likely over 1,000 years, including stasis, and the story of his downfall serve as a haunting reminder. Even the oldest predator can fall in seconds, especially in a universe filled with creatures just as savage. Second is the feared, revered, almost mythical, the Darkblade clan elder. In Predator Concrete Jungle is one of the most lethal and long-lived predators ever encountered. His age is never confirmed, but clues suggest he's crossed the millennium mark. His armor is a patchwork of centuries-old kills. His clan follows a stricter, more ruthless honor code than most, one that treats weakness as betrayal. Even among Yautja, he's considered cold and merciless. He's personally trained Scarface, the game's protagonist, and exiled him after a dishonorable mission failure, only to call him back 100 years later. That alone shows this elder operates on a timeline humans can't even comprehend. He doesn't just lead a clan, he defines what it means to be a predator. Honor through blood, survival through strength, and legacy through the warriors he forges. For our top one, we circle back to Galacta, because in Yautja mythology, he's far more than a hunter. Some say he's the first of their kind. Others claim he was born of war, in an era when predators still fought one another in primal, clanless chaos. His body, almost entirely cybernetic, still bears scars from wars older than Earth's oldest civilizations. He remembers the Drukathi, a rival species that may have rivaled even engineers in power. Galacta is said to have conquered death not by hiding from it, but by breaking its rules. His mechanical dreadlocks, AI-augmented brain, and transcendent philosophy elevate him beyond Yautja norms. He's not bound by honor or the thrill of the hunt. He hunts for the pursuit of evolution itself. Whether he's myth or monarch, Galacta embodies what every predator fears and reveres: the ultimate hunter who transcended flesh, time, and tradition. So what do these ancient Yautjas have in common? They weren't just skilled, they endured. In a culture where most die young chasing glory, these warriors clawed their way through centuries of blood, war, and survival. Some became legends, others became myths, and a few, they became something more than predator. If you loved this breakdown, check out our other video about all the predator ranks explained. Click on the video that appears on your screen to see it. Click it!